houses with roofs of red tiles and curved. Particularly remarkable were the mountains surrounding the town. Their peaks, covered with green foliage and soft clouds, created a mesmerizing sight. The mountain slopes were adorned with colorful forests and fields, creating a unique landscape that captivated the eye with its beauty. The river flowing through the town was the heart of this place. Its water was transparent and clear, like a mirror reflecting the sky and mountains. The river's water quietly whispered its secrets, creating a melodic background for Juliana. The river was a special place she loved to visit in her free time. She spent hours bathing in the cool water and enjoying the beauty of the surrounding nature. Here, she found solace and inspiration for her studies and reflections. This entire world of nature was a source of inspiration and joy for the townsfolk. They cherished every moment spent here, thanking nature for its generosity and beauty. The townsfolk lived in harmony with nature, preserving and carefully caring for these unique corners of the earth. The wind gently swayed the tree branches, creating a melodic whisper in the forest, as if inviting a conversation with nature. That day, the forest seemed particularly alive, filled with secrets and mysteries awaiting their explorer. The sun had just risen above the horizon, illuminating the water's surface with its golden light. Juliana stood on the riverbank, feeling the fresh breeze which pleasantly tickled her skin. Her heart beat stronger than usual as she looked at the distant waters, longing for new adventures and unexplored world. Then she felt someone's gaze behind her. Turning around, she saw him, a stranger standing nearby, his eyes shining with passion and inviting warmth. Juliana approached the young man with a smile, feeling her heart beat faster from the unexpected. "Hello," she said, trying to hide her excitement behind a friendly smile. Elliot raised his gaze and met hers, which seemed filled with the same unexpected joy. "Hello," he replied, his voice calm yet filled with warmth and kindness. "I come here often. Do you also enjoy walking in these places?" "Yes, I often come here. It's such a peaceful place, isn't it? It seems like time flows slower." "I agree. Time seems to stand still here. My name is Elliot. What's yours?" "My name is Juliana. Nice to meet you, Elliot. Are you here alone?" "Yes, today I decided to take a walk alone and enjoy nature." "The same. Usually I read books, draw, or simply walk, enjoying the beauty of the surrounding world. How about you?" "I enjoy photographing nature and traveling. These moments help me find inner peace and inspiration." "That sounds wonderful. Perhaps one day we'll go on a journey together through these places." "I would love to. It's not often you meet someone with whom you can easily find common ground." They began to talk as if they were old friends, sharing their thoughts and dreams, exchanging impressions of the surrounding beauty. The clearing around them seemed lively, filled with the whisper of grass and the chirping of birds, as if nature itself rejoiced. Their conversation continued as if they had known each other for a long time, and time seemed to stand still, giving them the opportunity to enjoy this instant connection. As time went on, Juliana and Elliot discovered they had much in common. Their interests and outlooks on life allowed they forgot about time, immersing themselves in conversation, as if they were just two spirits floating together along the river. Chapter 2. Juliana was a student at the History Faculty of Oxford University, where she distinguished herself with her thirst for knowledge and passion for history. In her young years, she had already achieved significant success in the field of academic research, often spending days in libraries and archives, immersing herself in the world of the past. Juliana was a modest and passionate young woman, with bright eyes and an attentive gaze. She possessed incredible strength of spirit and a mind that knew no bounds, always ready to explore new horizons and learn something new. Her passion for history and thirst for knowledge made her unique among her peers. Juliana's life was filled with study and scientific research, but she always found time for her family. Her family was a source of inspiration and support for her. Juliana's father was a history professor, and her mother was a librarian, so their home was always filled with books, discussions of historical events, and an atmosphere of scholarly conversation. The house was always warm and cozy, where every evening was spent over dinner, during which family members shared their impressions of the day and discussed interesting scientific stories. Juliana's parents always supported her in her passion for history and were always proud of her achievements. Juliana also had a younger brother who was a source of joy and fun for her. Together they spent a lot of time engaging in various hobbies and games, always supporting each other in difficult times. Thus, Juliana's life was filled with study, scientific research, and love for her family, which was the center of her world and the source of inspiration in all her endeavors. Family secret. Juliana's mom, sitting in a cozy armchair by the fireplace, was looking at old photos in the album. Juliana entered the room, noticing her mother's excited expression. "Ma'am, what are you looking at?" Juliana asked, approaching her. Her mom looked at her daughter with a smile and replied, "I just found an old box of your grandmother's things. There's something interesting here that I wanted to show you." Intrigued, Juliana came closer and saw that her mother was holding a beautiful antique map. "What's this map?" she asked, moving closer to her mother. "This is the map your grandmother told me about when I was a child," her mom answered, unfolding the map before her daughter's eyes. She said it was a map leading to a hidden treasure. Juliana's eyes widened, feeling excitement piercing her heart. "Really? But why didn't Grandma ever tell me about it?" she asked. "Your grandmother was very careful with this map. She said that one day, when you grow up, she'll tell you about it when the time comes," her mom explained. "Maybe now is the time, and you can unravel the mystery of this treasure together with her." Juliana looked at the map with excitement, imagining the adventures that might await her ahead. This moment marked the beginning of a new and exciting chapter in her life, full of mysteries, secrets, and possibilities. Chapter 4. Trials of Faith and Determination. At sunset, as the sun slowly descended behind the horizon, painting the sky with bright, fiery hues, Juliana and Elliot sat on the riverbank, warming each other with their presence and the warmth of closeness. The waves of the river whispered their secrets, and a gentle breeze brought the scent of flowers and earth. Juliana looked into Elliot's eyes, feeling his support and love, and decided to share with him what had long been kept in her heart as a big secret, as part of her family's history. "Elliot," she began, catching his gaze, "I have a secret I want to tell you." Elliot listened attentively, holding her hand against his chest. "My family holds an ancient map that belonged to my grandmother," Juliana continued, feeling the words come out of her easier than she expected. "It's a map that, as I've learned, leads to a place where an ancient treasure is hidden." Elliot raised his eyebrows, expressing his surprise, and looked at her intently. "That sounds amazing," he said, "and I have no doubt that we can uncover it together." Juliana smiled, feeling relieved that she had dared to share this secret with her beloved. It was a new stage in their relationship, a new opportunity to explore not only the world, but also their own destiny together. Chapter 5. In Search of Treasure. Immersed in an atmosphere of romance and adventure, Juliana and Elliot eagerly set off in a boat down the river, guided by the mysterious map, which remained one of the most thrilling mysteries of their lives. Under the moonlight and stars, they sailed in silence, listening only to the whisper of the water and the sounds of nature. After several hours, they reached a small river tributary that led them into the depths of the mountains. Following their intuition and clues from the map, they discovered a narrow cave hidden in the shadow of towering rock. Juliana and Elliot's hearts skipped a beat in surprise as they suddenly spotted a pack of wolves emerging from the cave. Tension filled their gazes, and their hearts raced faster, sensing the proximity of danger. "What do we do?" Juliana whispered, anxiously scanning their surroundings. "We must remain calm and composed," Elliot said, addressing Juliana. "Wolves don't attack unless we pose a threat." Juliana nodded, feeling his support and assurance. Together, they slowed their pace and cautiously moved towards the cave, not attracting the attention of the pack. The wolves watched them with some curiosity, but showed no aggression. Their eyes gleamed in the darkness as they slowly backed away, making way for Juliana and Elliot. Following his advice, they slowly began to retreat from the cave, trying not to draw attention from the wolves. Step by step, they moved away, maintaining composure and calmness, not giving the pack a reason to attack. Finally, when they reached a safe distance, their hearts began to beat calmer. Their gazes met, and they both felt relief, knowing they had overcome this trial together. Hopefully, that was our last obstacle on the way to the treasure, Juliana said with a smile, feeling confidence returning. Yes, hopefully, Elliot replied, embracing her for comfort. We can handle any challenges as long as we're together. Armed with flashlights and gathering all their strength, Juliana and Elliot ventured deeper into the cave, feeling both excitement and determination to uncover the answers to the mysteries held within. The light from their flashlights broke through the darkness, revealing halls and narrow passages adorned with stalactites and stalagmites. They carefully searched for any clues to the whereabouts of the treasure, examining every corner of the cave. Occasionally, they stopped to study strange drawings and symbols carved on the walls, which could hold the key to solving the puzzle. Gradually, as they ventured deeper into the cave, they discovered a narrow passage that seemed to lead deeper into the mountain. They cautiously made their way through this passage, overcoming rocky obstacles and winding tunnels until they finally reached a small cave. They took a short break in the cave, finding a comfortable spot to sit and catch their breath after the long journey. The air in the cave was cool and filled with the scent of earth, while the light from their flashlights cast shadows on the wall. Juliana sighed with delight, feeling the fatigue starting to leave her body. Her eyes wandered around the dark corners of the cave, lost in thought as she pondered their next steps in the search for the treasure. Sitting beside her, Elliot placed a hand on her shoulder, offering her support and reassurance. "We will find it," he said, his voice calm yet filled with determination. Juliana looked at Elliot with gratitude and tenderness in her eyes. This moment of support gave her strength and confidence that they could overcome any difficulties standing in their way. "Thank you, Elliot," she replied, smiling. "With you by my side, I feel like we can conquer anything." They took each other's hands and set off once again, venturing deeper into the cave, filled with renewed determination and resolve. Together, they were unstoppable, ready to face any challenges that lay ahead, knowing that their support and love for each other. It was here, deep in the cave, that they discovered dusty inscribed tablets and shelves holding ancient books and manuscripts. Their hearts beat faster, realizing that they had finally found what they were searching for. With the heavy yet satisfying burden on their shoulders, Juliana and Elliot left the cave and began their journey home. The air around them was filled with the fresh scents of the forest and earth, while a gentle breeze brought a pleasant feeling of coolness. They walked along a narrow path, admiring the green foliage of the trees, listening to the chirping of birds and rustling of branches. The weight of their cargo added strength and determination to their steps, for they knew that in their hands lay something valuable and unique. Together, they bore this burden, feeling their bond growing stronger and more unbreakable with each step. Despite their fatigue, they found the strength to keep moving forward, supporting each other and sharing their thoughts about the future and what awaited them at home. The moon shone brightly in the sky, illuminating their path as if bestowing upon them its support in this important journey. And finally, when home was within reach, Juliana and Elliot paused for a moment to look up at the sky, at the stars twinkling in its vast depths. They felt grateful for this day, for this adventure they had shared together, and for having each other to share the joys and hardships of life. And together, they continued their journey, filled with hope and courage, ready to embrace all the challenges that lay ahead. Chapter 6. With excitement and eagerness in their hearts, Juliana and Elliot began to study the ancient books and manuscripts they found in the cave. They settled on a soft carpet, surrounded by bright light, and opened the first book, feeling their imagination come alive. The pages were covered with strange symbols and mysterious hieroglyphs, but thanks to their persistent effort and ability to work together, they began to decipher the content. With each discovered detail, a new world of knowledge and secrets unfolded before them. shedding light on their understanding of the world. They learned about ancient myths and legends, about artifacts capable of granting supernatural powers to humans, and about magical rituals that could change the course of events. Each book opened new horizons for them and inspired them to together. They discussed what they read, shared their impressions and ideas, investing all their passion and attention into it. They saw how the world around them began to change, becoming more mysterious and exciting than they could have imagined. Their minds were open to new ideas and concepts, and their hearts were filled with a sense of wonder at the unknown. With each discovery, they realized that their adventure was only beginning, and that even more exciting discoveries and adventures lay ahead. Always together. Under the moonlight and the blessing of the stars, Juliana and Elliot finally reached the goal of their journey. Following the mysterious map, they overcame all trials and obstacles, fought their fears and doubts, and ultimately not only found an ancient treasure, but also found themselves in each other. Under the shadow of ancient rocks, in the depths of the cave, they discovered the treasure that many generations had dreamed of. But the true treasure they found was not in precious stones or gold, but in themselves, in the strength of their souls, in the wisdom and understanding they gained on this journey. With joy and gratitude in their hearts, Juliana and Elliot realized that the true treasure was the ability to love and be loved, the ability to walk side by side through all the hardships and joys of life. Their relationship became even stronger, their souls became even closer, and their love became an unstoppable force that illuminated the path forward. And so, hand in hand, they left the cave, ready to embrace new challenges and adventures that awaited them in the future. Under the starry sky, they walked together on the road, knowing that no matter what may happen, they have each other, and that is the greatest treasure in their lives.